Hello, welcome back to RetroBreak. I've just got back from the London gaming market and of course I picked up loads of really cool stuff. In fact, not as much as I usually do, but I've got some really interesting things. So I'm going to start off here with by far the most exciting thing that I picked up. And I got this from Asobi Tech, QuangDX on Twitter. I'm sure you know him by now. If you don't, definitely go and give him a follow and go and check out Momo Castle. Anyway, I picked this thing up here, a very exciting thing, something that I'd actually seen in Akihabara, and I was very tempted to pick it up while I was in Japan a few years ago. So I finally got it, and it is the Astro Boy Game Boy Light. Look how nice that is. The only thing wrong with this is that it's missing the battery cover, but he did say that there's someone online that can do replacement battery covers for a Game Boy Light, so I'm definitely looking to try and get one. But I'm really happy to finally have a Game Boy Light console. It's something I've wanted for a long time. And it does work. You probably won't be able to see the light turning on because I'm in a bright room at the minute, but yeah, you can kind of see. So that's with the light on, that's with the light off. And the switch at the top actually has 3 different settings. It has off, on without a light, and then on with a light. So what better way of testing out the Game Boy Light than playing my favourite game on the system, Super Mario Land. Yep, it works. So of course it wouldn't be a gaming event without me picking up a few Game Boy games. Well actually there's one game that's quite exciting, so I'll leave that one till last. And let's start with the less exciting things, but still stuff that I needed for the collection. One of the most interesting games ever, How to Learn Spanish. And as well as Spanish, I also got the Infogenius Personal Organizer and there it is, the Infogenius How to Learn French cart as well. These are just a few games that I need for the collection, although I have been joking that I'm going to become fluent in Spanish by the time my girlfriend gets home from work, so very happy to have these. Pretty interesting, unique things for the Game Boy, but they do seem incredibly basic. I did try them out a little bit. And the other 2 Game Boy games that I got, I'm really surprised I didn't actually already have this one. This is Battletoads in Ragnarok's World, and that one was 10 quid. Huge fan of the Battletoads series. This is just one of the games that I didn't have, so very happy to have this one. And I'm definitely running out of games that I need for the Game Boy, or just games that I need in general, because it's getting really hard to walk around these events and actually find stuff I don't have. But here's another thing that I didn't have, another really interesting game made by HAL, the creators of Kirby, and it is tracks for the original Game Boy, so another game that I'm surprised that I didn't already have, but very happy to get it. So these 2 very exciting Game Boy games to add to my collection, and I'll be playing them on the Game Boy Light later. And now for something else that I was super excited to find. This is a game that I've been looking for a long time, and I finally found it on a store that I didn't recognise. I don't think they've actually been at any of the events before. It is Tetris Battle Gaiden. Not that you'd know it from the box or the logo, but yeah, this is a really interesting version of Tetris that not many people know about. It's actually entirely based around a multiplayer battle system version of Tetris. There's extra blocks that fall down with like bombs, and it sends things over to the opponent's screen and back again. It's a really fun version of the game. So I'm really excited to give this one a play. So really excited to finally have Tetris Battle Gaiden, one that I've been looking for a long time. And another Tetris game that I haven't really been looking for because it does seem like a really basic game and nothing too exciting, but I picked it up anyway because it was only a £5, and I just loved what this game store did with their games. They actually put a little sticker on the front of the game, if you can see that. I think you can. I've moved my face out of the way so it'll focus. So they basically put a screenshot of the game and then a bit of a description about what it is, and that was really useful for some of the games that were entirely in Japanese. And I did actually tell him what a great idea that was, and he said he only started doing it with the Super Famicom games because they don't have any pictures on the back of the cartridges, but then he got a bit carried away and put stickers on everything, and there was like well over 100 games there, so he must have taken forever to print all these out. So very much appreciate it, and I hope I see him at future events. And I did actually pick up a business card from him as well. So there you go, if you want to go and check his website out, that's houseofshadaloo.com. Really cool guy, and like I said, I hope to see him at a future event. And I haven't actually opened this one up yet, so let's see what the disc's like and whether it's got any instructions or not. It said excellent condition on there, and the spine card just fell out of the box. So of course all the Japanese games come with these little spine cards, which I find kind of pointless because obviously the writing's on the side of the cart anyway. But let's open this up and see what we got inside. So just like the very simple exterior, it's a very simple CD. It's just plain white with the writing The Tetris, the most exciting Tetris title ever. Super light, 1500, and it is in perfect condition, as you can see in the window. And let's see if there's any instructions with it. There is something. Oh wow, actually it folds out. I wasn't expecting that. And something else just flew out of there. I'll see what's there in a second. So we have a fold out instruction leaflet on how to play Tetris. And I think that's like a scoring thing, yeah, the different scores that the different blocks make when they fall. So that's pretty cool. Bit unique, and it's all in colour, of course. And the thing that fell out here was some sort of little survey thing that you could send off if you lived in Japan and post that off. I don't know what you get from it, but that's cool to see. So I'm looking forward to trying this one out later. Unfortunately, I've lost the SCART cable for my PS1, my modded PS1, so I'm not sure if I'll actually be able to play it in time for this video. And the last game here, another game that I've been looking for a long time. It's technically not Quintet, but they did have a role in the production of the game. This is Orphan Scion of Sorcery. I think I pronounced that right. It's one I've been looking for a long time. For some reason it's very hard to find, even though it was only actually a few quid when I did manage to find it. So really happy to have this, and as I keep saying in all these videos, I'll be doing a video about the Quintet company and about all the different companies that spun off from it in the future, so look forward to that. This is another game for that collection. I've only got a few more left to get. There's Kowloon's Gate on the PS1, which unfortunately the guy who runs the Japanese game store couldn't find for me, but I did ask him. And there's also Simple something 1000 and something the Zero Yon on the PS1. That's another one I'm looking for. And Brightest on the PS1 as well. And then I think I've got all of them. So I've only got 3 left to find, and then I can get started on making this video that I'm really looking forward to doing. So there we go guys, thank you so much for watching. Not as much as usual from the London gaming market, but I still had a fantastic time. I met a lot of really great people, and a load of people actually came up to me and said hi that recognised me from YouTube, so that's always amazing. Thank you so much for coming to say hi, and thank you so much for watching. Now I'm going to go and play some Game Boy games on my Game Boy Light, and I'll see you next week for the next episode, which is going to be a tour of the London gaming market. Goodbye!